All right, cool. So now you should have a customized message. It doesn't have to say AstroPi. You can change that to whatever text you want. Remember, this may get run on the actual International Space Station. So if you wanted to greet the astronauts on the ISS, that would be a cool thing to add in here. And your message should have a customized text color for the text and a customized background color. Back color changes the background color of all of these black LEDs to a different color that you specify. So you should have both of those things added into your project. Next, we're going to look at how we can actually display an image on your Sense hat. So far we've just scrolled letters across the screen, but we have full control over every one of these LEDs, and each LED can be any color we want. So let's have it display a picture. So to display a picture on the AstroPi, we need to give a command for each individual light on this display to tell it what color those lights should be, whether they should be on or off, or they should be white, green, red, blue, magenta, whatever colors. So for this project, for this part of the project, we're going to make some new variables after our show message command. So on your project, let me just add in my back color of blue. That's it, that it's working. Cool. All right, so after this show message line, we're going to make some new colors. But for those colors, we need to use just a single letter for the color name. The reason why, we'll see later, is we're going to have to give 64 different instructions here. This is an 8x8 matrix of LEDs. So there's 64 different LEDs in here, and we need to tell each LED what color it should be. So if we're having to write out long color names 64 times, it's going to be really annoying. So we're just doing single letter names. So I'm going to keep mine, well, I'm going to add a couple of different colors. Let's add red. Red is just going to be R. Let's do white. White is, interestingly, all colors combined. Black is no colors at all. So like the absence of light is black, and full light in all colors is white. So let's make ours, let's add one more color in. Let's add in blue. So I can't do B again for blue because B is already being used for black. So I'm just going to use L, I guess. L will be blue. L looks too much like a 1. I get confused between an L and a 1. So let's do U. And blue is 0, 0, 255. Okay, so you're going to make it single letter names. They can't be the same for any of them. And each of those is going to correspond with a different color. So like red, white, black, and blue. So once you've got your colors set up, then we need to give it a command. And this might look a little daunting here. This picture variable is a list of 64 different colors. And the way they've written this list is to try and make it easy for you to like kind of see the picture that they're going to display. If you look really carefully, you can see like there's black, 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 and then there's like this white circle here. If you follow like what those W's stand for, those are white. And then it's like white here, and white here. And then there's two other little whites here. It's actually this picture right here. So I think this is supposed to be an astronaut helmet or something. It looks more like a gumball machine, I think. But so you can see like these white pixels are also in here. Now the easiest way to get started with this is honestly take a shortcut and copy this code and paste it into your trinket. All you have to do is make sure that you actually have a W and a B variable up here, W and B defined, so it knows what W and B mean. But that's an easy way to get started with the picture. Then what I'd like you to do really is like go in and customize it, change the picture to something else. If you have a piece of paper, you can kind of sketch out what your 8x8 picture should look like. Graph paper works really great for this because you can just practice coloring in different blocks in an 8x8 sheet of paper. But in order to display this, let's just test this first. let's add this line of code after that, sense.set_pixels. This will set all of the pixels on your sense hat to match whatever this picture is. So if we add that line of code after our picture, so after we've told our computer this is what the picture is. Now, there's two different commands here. One is set pixel, the other is set pixels. Set pixel is to set each individual pixel on the sense hat, but I'm going to name all 64 of them all in one fell swoop. So let's just say set pixels, and then in parentheses we say picture. If you run it, what should happen? Well, we still tell it to scroll a message. So it's going to scroll that message first. And then after it's done scrolling the message, it should display this picture. World, exclamation point, it's done, and then it displays that picture. And if we change some of these, we can like customize what that looks like. Maybe I want a red background or a blue background instead of black. So I'm going to change all these B's to U's. I'm just going to like copy those U's and then double click on each B to switch it. Only change the first two lines. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to actually comment out this line by putting a hashtag in front of it so it doesn't keep showing that message. So I can just test my commands. So now you can see these top two lines are blue instead of black. So if you keep doing that as you go down the list, you can run your code every so often and just see how it's looking so far. Now the next line should go. So you can see like this is going to change that picture a little bit. I'd like it if you would change it completely. Maybe make a little sunny sky, or maybe it would be really cool if you could make the Earth or something that looks like the Earth on your pixels. So this will take some time, but give it a few minutes and see if you can get your custom picture displayed on your Sense hat. They give you a couple of other lines of code to add as well. Don't worry about these lines of code just yet. We'll do those in a minute.